We have Dr. Keely Croxton from Ohio State University and Dr. Andrew Reffett from Miami, Ohio. And today's session is going to be moderated by our CEO and co-founder, Dr. Mosen Shahini. And today, like you all know, we are going to be talking about building future-ready graduates with AI and critical thinking.
When you think of left brain type skills like data analysis, logic, language processing, pattern recognition, and then using those recognized patterns to make inferences about situations and decisions and recommendations, to me, that's really where AI excels. And that's where it's strongest. And then you think of more kind of right brain, what people refer to at least as right brain type skills like intuition, emotional understanding, creativity, holistic judgments. That's where I think, at least from my perspective, AI is less strong. And so I think business schools and universities have to be very cognizant of the fact that those kind of maybe higher level, higher value add type skills, like creative thinking, holistic judgments, those don't occur independently of the more left brain type skills. And so like when you think of the data analysis, the understanding of logic, pattern recognition, to me, that sets the foundation for creative thinking. And so I think it's really important that we don't just outsource all of those tasks that AI outperforms humans to, completely outsource those, because if we do that, we'll lose those skills that set the foundation for where humans' competitive advantage lies.
What I've been telling people is, there's the product and the process in terms of, what our students provide, in terms of what we assess. And if you want to assess the product in terms of what the students know and have internalized, it almost has to be pen and paper in class, because anything they do out of class, they've got this amazing tool that can help them, but can also replace some of their own thinking. So it's one of the reasons that I'm kind of intrigued and inspired by tools like VisibleAI, is because it allows us to assess the process. And if we can get students to show us how they're using AI and how their own mind and own brain is kind of crafting and enhancing what the AI is putting out, I think that's really important, and is a way to kind of make sure that there's still critical thinking going on.
I think sometimes the apprehension towards AI is out of fear, like will be replaced. I think we can be self-confident and know that we humans have skills that are complementary towards what AI can do, and we can add value, and so we don't have to be fearful of it. But then with that, then just being transparent. This is how I used it. This is how I added value, and kind of creating that culture, I think is really helpful. So those are some of the thoughts I have on that.
I think that what I really need to teach students how to do is to be agile, to be able to have that growth mindset, that they continue to stay on top of the developments. If I can teach them to see the possibilities, so I don't need them necessarily to be AI experts in kind of the technical aspects, but I need them to be able to see, I bet AI might help me do this better, or might help my company do this better. And maybe somebody else could develop a tool for me that would help me accomplish that. And maybe it's writing my cover letters. Maybe it's something, around trying to predict disruptions or whatever the supply chain context is. So I think we need to teach our students what's going on in industry, absolutely, and how it's impacting their world. But because it's changing so fast, I still need to go back to rely on those other skills of resilience, growth mindset, adaptability, agility, kind of all those things, so they continue to move with the speed of change and not get lost and overrun.